PlantX Vodcast, Episode 20, Recap.
I just want to take a second and thank everybody. We just closed on a $20 million plus raise today. That puts us at over $35 million raised since just August. And again, we wouldn't be at the stage we're at with who you're going to meet today, Anne Thornton, one of the #1 celebrity chefs in the plant-based space in the US. And she's decided to join us, and the reset that launched this week is phenomenal. So with that, Anne Thornton, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here and to be working with PlantX. I take my coffee with a little bit of coconut milk. And I absolutely love it. And I don't like any other milk except for coconut milk in my dark roast coffee. I was working for Apple Computer doing marketing for the education division. At the time, Steve Jobs was running the company and he was vegan. So there was an understanding of plant-based, starting to be a little blossoming of plant-based foods for me. And when I decided to leave Apple and to go to culinary school, down the street from my culinary school was this amazing restaurant called Pure Food and Wine. It was a raw food restaurant started by Matthew Kinney. And I started working in his restaurant, creating all these raw food dishes. And I went on to be part of the team that opened the Waverly Inn in New York City to incredible success. I was actually the pastry chef there, and we did another space called Hotel Gruffu, or as executive pastry chef there as well. And, you know, had this show on Food Network doing pastries and not plant-based at all. A few years ago, I came to LA. I'd been living in New York City, and my friend Moby, who I'd known in LA, I'd been a vegan for a bunch of years. He asked me if I'd be interested in opening a vegan restaurant because I was eating predominantly plant-based and cooking a lot of plant-based food. And so we did a place called Little Pine in LA, and it was very successful. And I thought it was so cool because we'd have a line out the door on Sundays because we had these wild croissants that people went nuts for. And most of our guests weren't vegan. Most of our guests were just interested in eating more plant-based foods. And this was like this incredible opportunity to show people that vegan isn't boring and beige, that it can be this abundant, beautiful, delicious lifestyle. I'm so excited that people are going to get to try it in Canada. I decided to do this reset because I was talking to my friend Alyssa Goodman, who's a brilliant nutritionist and who's a plant-forward nutritionist. And we were talking about the psychology behind people making a lifestyle change. She was saying how 5 days can change somebody's opinion, consecutive 5 days. You're more likely to stick to that than if you go for an entire week or 10 days. So I created this with some of her guidance of like, what are the macros that we need to hit and what are the nutrients that everybody needs to get in order to feel full as well while doing this plant reset. So it's designed to increase your metabolism while giving you all this abundant food and showing people just how delicious and filling plant-based food can be. One of the producers of a television show I used to be on, actually, she was executive producer of 2 of the large daytime shows. And she's been eating this way. And it's just because it's a gluten-free, plant-based, no added sugars, healthy oils. She's always been a very healthy person, but this has helped her autoimmune disorder go into remission. I love what you're doing. I think, honestly, I have been looking for you guys in the US for years now. And I love that you're a trusted space for people to go to find delicious, healthy, clean products that are plant-based. I love that you sell plants. That was so cool to me too. I think plants are the new pet. And I think that's just such a beautiful, holistic, and there isn't anybody else out there who's offering this full, plant-based lifestyle. Your team has been incredible to work with, I have to say. That is the fertile soil for just incredible growth when you have good people who are incredibly capable and also kind and gracious. It's a good combination, a good recipe. One of our neighbors actually did the reset, and she's in her mid-60s and had been stuck at a certain weight for a while, and she'd had a lot of inflammation before, and now she's a regular reset client, and I think she's down almost 30 pounds from the beginning of this, and she's also much more mobile because her arthritis isn't acting up. It really does make you feel better from the inside out, and I think that people are really appreciative of it, and it's been really cool to see people change their behaviors, and enjoy it. I personally don't eat a ton of soy, but I look at it kind of like how a regular meat eater would look at red meat, for example. Like I incorporate it a couple of times a week into my diet. It's a great source of protein. People always are afraid that it has too many hormones and it has this estrogen, like bioidentical estrogen. But the reality is meat and dairy and eggs and all those things are just full of hormones. So much more than the soy. So much more than the soy.
I thank you as the founder of this company for believing in us and attaching your name to PlantX, and look forward to an incredible journey with you to educate, teach, and hopefully have some remarkable stories to share with you over the next little bit.
Thank you so much. I'm really honored to be part of the PlantX extended family.
Again, closing on over $20 million today. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. If it wasn't for you guys believing in the journey, believing in the story, PlantX would not be where it's at today. Please keep sharing stories like you've seen here tonight. Give this reset a try. I know I'm going to. And then go ahead and please share your feedback. Till next time, stay curious, stay planted, stay healthy. Cheers.